A lot of people believe that male lions depend on female lions to hunt for them and is their only source of food. Although this is very incorrect. In working together, these two males have managed to bring down a young giraffe for the pot. These are two coalition males, in fact, and it means that they are basically in a team together. And together these two males will finish this giraffe within about a day or two. So, it's been a very long time since we've managed to find any lions. We've been looking, no luck for quite a while, but we struck a ton of gold this afternoon and we found our two dominant males. Not only will they hunt together, but they'll defend territory together with their lives. In one sitting, they can consume up to 30 kilograms of meat in one go. Taking frequent naps close to the carcass to make sure it's defended, they'll sleep to digest a lot of their food that they've eaten so that they can continue eating later. Jackals are often seen waiting patiently around a lion carcass, waiting for their opportunity to grab some meat. Female was keeping watch for the lions while her youngsters tried to go and have a go at the carcass. As you can see, it's easier said than done when there's a lion sleeping on the carcass. Lions will often sleep with their bellies exposed to the wind in this instance, so it helps to aid in digestion. We found this brown hyena close to the carcass, probably drawn in by the scent, and it was actually found scent marking, trying to establish territory around that area. You often find elephants resting in the shade of trees during the middle of the day, and especially much larger individuals. Not that they can't lie down and sleep, but they much prefer to just rest their heads on the trunks of large trees and sleep like that. At this time, his trunk is drooping and relaxed all the way to the ground, where it's actually resting on the ground at this point. And you can actually see his body movement. He's sort of rocking back and forth a little bit. He is in sleep at the moment, but he will wake up every now and then. He'll flick his tail, he'll move his trunk around, try and get a little bit of scent around, just making sure that his situation is still quite safe. But he's a very large bull, so he does have very little to worry about. African wild dogs have an incredibly successful hunting rate, up to about 80% success rate, and are the most successful large carnivores on the African continent. And this is due to their ability to utilize their environment to their advantage. These dogs have actually chased an impala into the water in hopes of drowning it. Unfortunately, this water wasn't all too deep, and the impala did find some spots in the middle of the lake to get some rest, and so they were unsuccessful. Wild dogs have an extremely fast metabolism and so have to eat every single day. This pack of 8 consume over 400 impala each year. When hyenas are born, so they can blend into their environment inside the burrow a little bit better, they're actually born almost completely black pitch black so they can blend in. The youngsters only develop their spots after a couple of months of age. Baby hyenas are actually called hyena cubs, as hyenas are more closely related to cats than dogs, and so they are not hyena puppies. The cub in the middle is actually the youngest, as we can see by its still darkened hair. The youngsters will only get spots after about 2 months. In hyena clans, females are extremely powerful and outrank males no matter what. And so even though this individual here is much younger than a lot of the other individuals, that cub is outranking most of the cubs around it. Even though, as I said, they're older, she is female, and the other two sitting beside her are actually male cubs. And so she definitely rules the coop. Female hyenas give birth to 1, maximum 2 cubs at a time. And even amongst siblings, there is direct and sometimes violent competition between the two. When 2 cubs are born, if there's a female, the female will automatically inherit its mother's rank. If it's a male, it won't. But if 2 females are born, they have to fight for that rank. Only one of them can come out on top, and so one of them must die. Because of this, hyenas are born being able to see and with a full set of canines to be able to combat between each other. Baby animals have what's called exaggerated playfulness. This is the behavior where they run around and play with each other constantly so that they can build up the skills and the strength to be able to survive out in the wilds as an adult. Because they've got such long necks, giraffes can reach food that won't be accessible to most of the other animals, which will be right at the top of the trees and the succulent vegetation on top of the shrubs and bushes. They've also developed a very thick tongue skin and slimy saliva inside their mouth to defend against the thorns of acacia trees. Acacia trees are extremely nutritious, and by developing the ability to feed on them, they've acquired a food niche that is extremely nutritious, and they can feed on less and acquire more nutrition. Recently discovered in a Belgian zoo in 2018 that giraffes as well as elephants communicate through infrasound, which is quite remarkable. Thanks again for joining us on another Madikwe Safari Lodge Virtual Safari.